Welcome to today's yoga class and special welcome to new people. It's always fun to see new people embark on the yoga journey. And today is a good day to start. We are doing a slower yoga and we are starting what I call the chakra series. I like to do that at least once a year, going through the body and get rid of any blocks and release the energy, free flowing. So, what is chakra? So, it's an energy inside your body, energy field, you can say. And it's 7 main energies centers in your body, and most of them are along the spine. So, we're starting from the bottom, the first one, which is the root chakra. And each chakra has a color. In this case, the root chakra is red. It has an element, which is earth. So it has to be with grounding yourself. And also a sound, which is lam, L-A-M, lam, lam, lam. And each chakra is also associated with different feelings, different body parts, and organs. So we're doing yoga to, as I said before, trying to have a free flow and release any blockage within this energy center. If you have a block, it can turn up as problems with your body, an injury, pain, not just in your body, but also not just physical, but emotional too. So that's all I'm going to say. We can talk very long about this, but we just have an hour. So let's get started. Do what you can. Listen to your body. If you need to adjust in a pose, do so. Started seated, cross-legged. And I suggest if you feel like you're rounding your back or slouching forward, or even if you don't, it could be nice to sit on a blanket or something, because you want to have that open energy, as I talked about. The breath can go all the way down. If you sit like this, you can't breathe as well. From here, we are starting with a mudra today. It's a hand gesture, just to enforce. There are different mudras and they mean different things. So this one we're doing today, thumbs, index finger slightly touch. Place your hands on your knees. Draw your shoulders up and back. One more time. Take a deep inhale through your nose. And exhale mouth. One more time. And close your eyes if you're comfortable. Starting to breathe in and out through your nose. Sitting in stillness here. And just briefly take a moment, scan your body. How you feel today, physically. Where are your thoughts? Just observing, no judgment. Bring your awareness down to the first chakra, the root chakra, located at the base of the spine. Pay your attention there. See if you can visualize this red color moving, originating from the base of the spine. And with each exhale, this red color surrounds you, becomes bigger and bigger. more breaths there. I often say it's good to set an intention for your practice. If you want to set your own intention, please do so. Otherwise, I suggest something for the root chakra. Maybe I feel secure and safe in my practice today. And slowly open your eyes. Hands to your shoulders, moving and waking up the spine. I'll show this from the side. From here, inhale, exhale, round your back, elbows together. Inhale, shoulder blades together. Exhale, round. So move with your own breath, back and forth here. One more inhale and exhale. Place your hands under your chin and interlace your fingers. From here, elbows up. At the same time, take your shoulders down. Inhale here and exhale, forearms together, and you look up. And again, inhale, elbows up, and exhale back. Moving again with your own breath. You can add an ujjayi breath here, restricting the back of your throat. Sound like the ocean. Very soothing and calming breath. You can use this breath throughout the practice if it feels good, or in any pose, or especially if you have a lot of thoughts going on, it can help you. One last time. Arms out and up. This time, interlace your hands behind your head. Elbows out to the side. Draw your navel into spine. Right hand down to the side, aligned with your hip. Left arm up. Lean over to the right side. Pressing both sitting bones down. Opening the left side. Rib cage, waist. From here, spinal twist to the right side. Your right hand is on the floor behind you, sitting up tall. Left hand on the right knee. Imagine you elongating with each inhale. Then exhale, twist. And come forward. Same thing, other side. Left arm out to the side, right arm up, and lean. Again, pressing both sitting bones into the floor. Inhale up and twist to the left side. And come forward. Coming to wide child pose. Big toes touching, knees out to the side. And walk your hands forward, forehead towards the floor or on the floor. And just connect with earth. As I said, root chakra with earth. And walk your hands out to the right side. I didn't talk about what emotion the root chakra has. So it has to do with security, having shelter, feeling secure in yourself, in your surrounding, taking care of your body, things like that. Inhale and exhale. Walk your hands over to the right, left side. And come to the middle, all fours. Tuck your toes and press your hips back. Right heel to the floor, bend the left knee. Take a few breaths there. And then the opposite, left heel to the floor, right knee bent. And then you can just move back and forth. We're still warming up. We'll come from side to side. Relax your head. If you can come to stillness in down dog. So you're forming a V here. Spread your fingers and press into the floor. Feet are hip width apart. Some of you may have your heels on the floor. If you can't, that's totally fine. Still keep that V form with your back and your legs. Relaxing your head here. Relaxing your jaw. And come forward to plank. Engage your core. Breathe. And bend your elbows back. Come all the way down to the floor. Tops of the feet to the floor, hip width apart. Hands under your shoulders, elbows in slightly tucked. So you can keep your hands on the floor if you want, or just have them hover a few inches off the floor. Use your back muscles. Inhale, come up. Exhale, down. Again, up and down. And one more time. Hands to the floor. And press to full cobra. The collarbones are wide. Make sure you're still breathing. One of the first things you learn when you do yoga. Don't hold your breath. Smooth breath in and out through your nose. And come down. Tuck your toes. Press to plank again. And down dog. Just a few breaths here. This is one of the resting poses. You can always come down. Child pose if you want to. But in the beginning, listen to your body. And walk your feet to the front of your mat. Keep hip width apart. Relax here, bending your knees. Even grab a hold of opposite elbows. Feel your breath all the way to the belly. And from here, let go of your elbows and slowly roll up, vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, hands in front of your heart center. Half sun salute. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, swan dive. Hinge at the hips. Fold in half. If you can, straight legs. Otherwise, bend your knees. It doesn't matter. Head is relaxed. Inhale, look forward. So torso is parallel to the floor. Hands can be on your shins or fingertips on the floor. Exhale, fold again in half. Uttanasana, it's called in Sanskrit. Inhale, press your feet into the floor and come up, upward salute. Hands in front of your heart center. Let's do that one more time, moving a little faster. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up. Palms in front of your heart center. Moving on with the flow. Inhale up. Exhale, Exhale, swan dive. Bend your knees. Walk your feet back to plank again. You can have your knees off the floor or on the floor. So from here, we're doing a wave. So inhale, exhale, bend your elbows, forehead to the floor, chin, chest, and come to cobra. From here, press to child pose with big toes touching. Tap your toes and press to down dog. 3 breaths here. Up on your toes, bend your knees, look forward. You can jump or walk to the front of the mat. Again, halfway up, look forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach out and up. And swan dive again. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, bend your knees, walk to plank. Doing the same thing again. Knees on the floor maybe. And the wave. Forehead, chin, chest, cobra. Press, child pose. Tap your toes, down dog. 3 breaths. Feel all body parts that connect with earth here. Up on your toes, bend your knees, look forward. Jump or walk to the front. Hold in half. And reach all the way up. And fold again, hinge at the hips. Look forward. Bend your knees, plank, and go through your flow again. Pause in up dog. Down dog. Tap your toes. 3 breaths. Hopefully a little bit warmer. As I said, this is not going to be a high power sweaty class today. And to ground yourself. Up on your toes. Bend your knees, look forward, walk or jump to the front again. Fold in half, look up, fold, and come all the way up. Feet, sorry, hip width apart, you can move back and forth. Find your center, spread your toes. Maybe palms together in front of your heart center, arms out to the side. Engage the muscles in your legs, in your core. Roots down. Maybe feeling the energy in your body. So always be mindful in yoga. See how you're feeling mentally, physically, without judgment. That's the key. Let's move on. Balancing pose. We can't do grounding poses without doing tree pose. So that's where we're starting today. So when you do balancing poses, engage the core muscles, really help. Spread the toes again on your left foot. Take your right knee out. So you're opening your hip here. Option, you may want to keep your right toes on the floor. Maybe this is where you are today. Otherwise, the foot on the inside of the left leg, below the knee, above the knee, or all the way up. And once you're here, make sure you're still breathing. You keep your arms there or up. You can even move like a moving tree. Find your edge of the pose. Doesn't matter you fall out. That smooth, steady breath is the most important thing. And foot down. Moving on to dancer's pose this time. So you're bending your right knee again. Right hand out to the side, left arm up. Let's see if you can take the inside of that right foot. Your hips are square to the front, right knee down. For some of you, you may want to press the right foot just a little bit back and stay here. If this feels comfortable, maybe lean forward, still pressing your right foot back. If this is difficult, where do your thoughts go? You feel secure here. If not, what thoughts come up? Slowly come down, shake it out. Same thing on the left side. Spread the toes. And the left hip opens. And find your tree pose here. So find something to place your eyes on. Just move. That helps with the breath. With the balance. Called drishti in yoga. If this is difficult for you, where else in your life you have difficulties? How does it show up? What can you do about it? And let's get into dancers on this side. Left hand out, bending your left knee, grab a hold of the inside, right arm up. Your core still engaged. Maybe come forward with your torso and pressing your left foot back. One way to check if you're doing this correctly is how is your breath? A few more breaths here. If you're holding your breath, you took the pose too far. Really doesn't matter what you look like. Just find your edge of the pose. And you're doing it perfectly. Let's do a cleansing breath. Inhale, nose. Exhale, mouth. Good job, everyone. Moving on. Standing top of your mat. And take a big step back with your right foot. Coming into warrior two. So your left heel is aligned with the arch of the other leg. The front knee 90 degree. Make sure you're not buckling in or out. And tailbone down. You're not tucking, you're just down. Shoulders over your hips. Extend your arms here. And look over your left hand. Spreading your toes and rooting down. Breathing and feeling grounded. What do you need in your life to feel secure? So without moving your left knee, you're going to reverse warrior. So you're opening the left side here, rib cage, waist, placing your right hand on your right leg here. Really opening up here. Breathe. Press all four corners of both feet into the floor. 2 more breaths here. And come up. Starting a little slow. Come forward. Left forearm on the thigh. And back. Move in your own pace. a few times here. Next time you're forward, staying in extended side angle pose. You can keep your left forearm on the thigh, right arm reach up. Another option, take your left hand on the inside, fingertips on the floor. You can look down or up. Again, listen to your own body. Especially press the outer edge of your right foot into the floor and breathe. And come up. Straighten both legs. Into triangle pose. Imagine someone is pulling you forward, hips go back. Then place your left hand wherever it lands. Maybe look up, maybe look down. So the goal is to stack your shoulders. Doesn't matter how far down you get your left hand. Strong legs again, feet rooting down with earth, with stability. Slowly press yourself up. Left foot in, so wide stand. From here, hinge at the hips, come down, walk your hands forward, and send your hips back. Relax your head. So it's kind of like a wide down dog. Head is relaxed. Pressing your feet into the floor. Maybe you start feeling more and more connected with earth. More grounded throughout the practice. And look forward, walk your hands in. Heels comes in, toes out. Sit down here. Left arm reach over. And then just go from side to side. More. And next time, your left arm reach over, stay here. If you can press your knees out here. I know it's not the easiest pose. You need to adjust yourself. Keep with your breath. Another side. Maybe if it's easy, sit down more. Some fun with it. And come up. Good job. Turning to the right side. Coming to warrior two on this side. So right heel aligned with left arch. Remember, shoulders over your hips. Looking over your right hand. Breathing. Keeping your right knee where it is, open up. Reverse warrior. And come up. Let's start the flow. Left arm over, and then reverse warrior. One more time. And then come into extended side angle, your variation of the pose. Where's the mind taking you right now in this pose? Just observe. And slowly come up. Right foot or toes forward. Fold in half again. This time walk your hands in between your feet. And relax your head. The forward folds are very soothing for your nervous system. Your exhales are, the more you do it, become longer than your inhales. So you want to calm yourself down. Forward folds are good. Walk your hands forward. Heels in again. Palms together. Elbows out. Lift up your right heel. Sit down. Breathe. Smile. Switch other side. And then both heels up maybe. Otherwise, heels on the floor. Doesn't matter. What works for you today. Sit down more maybe. And come up. Heel toe your feet. Shake it out. Good work, everyone. Almost ready to come down. Do some work on the mat. Before that, let's become superwoman, superman. So feet hip width apart or even wider. Hands on your hips. Open your heart here. Really root all four corners of your feet into the floor. You can even close your eyes here. See how this feels. Breathing all the way from the feet, all the way to the crown, and then down again. Just see how it feels to stand here. Firm, steady, like a mountain. And open your eyes. So standing like this is very different if you see someone compared to someone standing like this or maybe even slouching forward. Really want to feel that groundness, openness, purity. Let's come to the front of your mat. Feet together, palms together, and see if you can come up on your toes. Breathe here. And bend your knees. You can come down, heels off the floor the whole time. 2 breaths here. And press yourself up again. Or at least try. Up on your toes. One more time, down. Don't worry if you fall, so if it doesn't work for you. And heels to the floor. Good job. From here, feet hip width apart. Fold in half again. Just hang. You can grab a hold of opposite elbows. Bend your knees if you want. Just take another small pause. Let go of your elbows, toes pointing out, and come down, squatting Malasana. You want your elbows on the inside of the knees, pressing out, At the same time, you press in with the knees. If you don't have your heels on the floor, there are options. You can take your mat, roll it, roll it, roll it all the way, and then place your heels here. If that's still not accessible to you, use a block, book, something to sit on. Or if you have a bolster, that's another really nice sit on bolster. Your time, get into the pose. Here. Once you're in the pose, see if you can come into stillness and relax your body, even if it's intense. You want a straight, nice spine here. Closing your eyes, slow down your breath. So as I usually say in this pose, if it's hard for you, excellent pose to do if you're watching TV. It's easier and easier the more you practice. A few more breaths here. And let's come out of it. You can tap the top of your feet. Come to child pose again. Arms forward, back, or maybe hands on top of each other. Forehead to the floor, maybe. Just feel all the body parts are connected to earth. Keeping you secure and grounding you. Feeling your breath here, going all the way to the belly. Let's move on before we get too comfortable. Okay, on your belly, locust variations. So feet hip width apart, arms reach forward, chin slightly tucked. So raise your right arm and left foot. So press in different direction here with your raised arm and leg. And come down and switch side. So let's go up and down. Use your back muscles. And then pause. Right arm forward, left leg back. Take a few breaths here. Switch sides. And pause. Breathe. And come down, arms alongside your body. Turn your head to one side. Just relax. Second locust variation. This time interlace your hands behind your back, shoulder blades together, chin slightly tucked again. Inhale, come up. Legs off the floor. So press your arms, your legs back, and breathe here. Two more breaths, you can do it. And come down. And head turns to the other side. Relax for a few breaths. Getting into third and last set of strengthening, flexioning your back. So this time, bend your knees. Grab a hold of the ankles from the outsides. Inhale, come up, press your shin bones back. And if this is not accessible to you, you can do one of the poses we just did. Once you're up here, breathe. Remember, don't hold your breath in yoga, usually. 2 more. And slowly come down. Palms on top of each other. Rest your forehead on top. Move your hips. Use your legs, move them from side to side. Just release any tension in your back. Next pose, swings pose. Feet hip width apart again. Forearms on the floor. Shoulder width apart, spreading your fingers. And you press your elbows back. So you're opening your chest. Widen your collarbones here. Breathe. Breathing all the way down to your belly. You can stay here. Otherwise, straighten your arms and elbows down. Just go through this a few times. And then straighten your arms. Stay here. Depends on if you have a back problem or not. Too much, then keep your elbows on the floor. And come down. Take your left arm over to the right, coming into a prayer twist. You're pressing your palms together at the same time, hip bones pressed down. So upper spinal twist. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Right upper arm to the floor. Press your hips down. If your mind is still racing, a lot of thoughts coming up, try to follow your breath. Doesn't matter how many times you have to come back to your breath. Just be kind to yourself. And from here, roll over on your back. Flow again for the core and doing some other things here. So feet hip width apart, heels in, starting with extended bridge pose, moving the spine in the opposite direction to what you did. So arms overhead, press both feet into the floor, knees are parallel, so you're not displaying out here. And then come down with your arms and the whole back on the floor. Take your knees, roll up to a little ball. Hands on the floor, extend your legs up. Engage your core muscles, flex your feet. Slowly down with your legs almost all the way. Hover and come up again. And then a ball. Hands on the floor, feet on the floor. Extended bridge pose again. Inhale, exhale, ball. And if it's too much, you take your legs all the way up and come down. You can just keep your knees bent and then do toe taps twice. 1, twice, and then roll to ball, feet together. There you have 2 options. Or you may Do something else that feels better for you. Let me see if you can work on your core a little bit here. Oh, feet on the floor. Extended bridge pose. Flow between these poses on your own, in your own way, and maybe going faster, slower. And next time you are in extended bridge pose, stay here. Grab a hold of the opposite elbows if you want. So pressing your hips up. All four corners of your feet, press down. Two more breaths here. And then come all the way down. Roll on your spine a few times. Your spine, some massage. Come all the way up. Feet together, knees out to the side. Baddha Konasana. Elbows on the inside of the knees. We press elbows out and the knees in. Kind of what we did before in the squatting position. Tall spine and heart forward. Stay here. You can look down. Stay here or fold forward, depending on how flexible you are in your hips. So just find your edge of the pose. Maybe you bring the red color into your mind again. A sense of security, safety. Slowly come up. Seated spinal twist. Take your right knee forward, left leg on top. So both sitting bones should be on the floor. If that doesn't happen, extend your right leg and flex the foot. Left hand behind you, right arm up. Inhale and exhale and twist to the left side, sorry. And look back. You're trying to have one shoulder to the front and the other to the back. Pressing your left foot into the floor. Massaging your inner organs. Breathing. So how's your relationship with your physical body? Are you taking care of it? Are you being gentle? Coming to yoga class can help you with that. Appreciate it more and more. And come forward. Let's switch legs. Left knee forward, right foot on top, both sitting bones to the floor. Otherwise, extend that left leg and flex the foot. Right hand behind you. Inhale and exhale and twist. Maybe this is the side where you're more open. It's easier to get into the twist. Imagine you have a string at the crown of your head, elongating your spine with each inhale. And twisting maybe deeper and deeper with each exhale until you reach your edge. Still feeling the breath all the way to the belly. And slowly come out of the pose. Almost done. On your back again. Opening your hips this time. So right foot off the floor and place the ankle above the left knee. Press your right knee out just gently. Take your right arm in between the legs, left arm on the outside. Left foot off the floor, and then you can interlace your hands behind the left leg here, flexing both feet. So press that left knee in. Hopefully you feel a good stretch in the right hip here. Whole spine connected to earth. And let's switch legs. Left ankle over. If you don't take the pose too far, the muscles are relaxed and the body will usually invite you to get deeper if you sit there long enough. And let go. Right knee in. Extend the left leg. Fine twist. Right arm out to the side. Look over to the right. And guide your bent knee over to the left side. Working on getting that right knee down towards the floor. At the same time, the shoulders are on the floor, shoulder blades. Come up, switch legs. Left knee in. Left arm out. Look over to the left. And guide. Left knee over. And let go. Hands behind your knees again. Roll up and down. Seated. Very short meditation. We don't have much time in an hour, but at least I want to give you a taste of it. You can do it after class if you want. So both sitting bones to the floor, hips forward. Have that open front, shoulders over your hips. Have your hands down on your knees. Let's take 2 cleansing breaths. Inhale, nose. Exhale, mouth. Let any tension you have left in your body go. Or any tense thoughts. One more time. Just close your eyes. Normal breathing in and out through your nose. And focus on a mantra. As I said in the beginning of the class, the mantra associated with the root chakra is LUM. You can say it out loud or maybe just internally. LUM, 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 LUM. And if that doesn't resonate with you, another mantra, maybe peace, or if you have your own mantra, or you can say an affirmation like I'm secure and safe, secure and safe. Listen to your body, what it needs. stillness here and repeat. When your mind starts wandering, it usually does. You bring it back to what you were doing. Encourage you to stay here if it feels good. Continue with meditation. Another option is, of course, to come down to corpse pose. Lay down, hip width apart or a little wider. Let your toes hang out to the sides. Arms about 45 degrees from your body. Palms facing up. Shoulders relaxed. Chin slightly tucked. Continue with a normal, smooth breath in and out through your nose. Seated or laying down. Relaxing your body. Deepening, lengthening your breath. Bring your awareness back to your physical body. Start moving maybe your fingers and toes. On the floor, laying down. Bring yourself to the right side. Resting on the upper right arm. And with your eyes still closed, you're laying down. Come up to seated, comfortable position. Take a moment, everyone, to scan your body at the beginning of the class. Connect with your thoughts. See how you're feeling. Feel more calm and grounded. Or whatever it is you're feeling, just honor it. Thank yourself for being here today. Taking the time and taking care of yourself. Your breath is like the ocean, vast and ever-flowing. There are times when it's rapidly moving and tumultuous, and times when it's soft and smooth. But by varying your breath, the breath tells the story of each moment. Your breath's ability to calm and soothe teaches you the values of slowness, great ease. Your breath's depth offers you the experience of expansiveness. Your inhaling and exhaling remind you of the rise and fall of everything in life. Focusing on your breath can calm you, energize you, and offer you a sense of wonder of your own body. Today, try and pause several times and observe your own breath. Palms together in front of your heart center. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.